Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make my 3-wick muffin tin candles in 5 easy steps. Now we're going to be making these out of Gulf wax, the good stuff. So the first step is to take the wax and melt it, which you can see in here, she's melting away. And the next step is to fill these. Now I don't know if I have enough wax melted. Oops. Fill them about halfway. I probably went too much. Wow, okay. So I filled all these about halfway. That's all I need to do for now. And I'm going to take this and put it outside to be able to cool off real fast. Okay, all the wax has hardened from being outside. So step 3 is to actually put the holes in here to insert the candle wick. And I'm going to do the rest of them on my own. You want to be careful not to drill into your table.
Or your fingers.
Been there, done that. Okay, so you can see on the bottom 3 holes. So the next part is to take the wick and put it in there. So the way I got this on, you can see the little wick holder in the wick. The problem is if I just take a regular piece of wick, whoops, and put it through, it's just going to keep on sliding through, you see? And it's going to come right out the other end. So what I did was, I take a piece of wick that I cut, and I dip it in the wax, one end just a little bit. Okay, so it gets a little bunched up. And then we're going to take that and slip it through. And when it comes through this end here and starts to get a little bit mushed, okay, I'm going to kind of leave some of it there, and then I go like this. I just push it so it mushes on the bottom and stands up by itself. Ta-da! Okay, so then what we're going to do is take this, and hopefully the hole is big enough to be able to fit it through. There we go. And don't worry about this extending a little bit too much on the bottom, because we're going to be pouring more wax in, remember? So I'm going to push that right in there, and the wax will fill in on the bottom. Oops. I'm going to push that right in there, and get that other one and push this one right in there. Pull it all the way down. Now you want to be careful, you pull it too much, you're going to pull it right out of the wick holder. And then just push those right in there. And I'm going to leave these extending that far for now because I can always cut them later. So I will go ahead and do all these other ones, and then once I do all the other ones, we're going to go ahead and fill them up, show you how we did that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish drilling all the holes in here and getting all the wicks, and then we will pour wax over everything and we'll be all set. Alright, where it comes to drilling the holes in step number 3, as you can see I did all of them, drill the holes and put the wicks through, which was step number 4. But I had mentioned that there was another way if you didn't have a drill to be able to make the holes. And what is that? By finding a sharp object, which I don't have a sharp object, so I'll use, if you get something along the lines of a coat hanger would work. And then you can just kind of heat up the coat hanger, either with your matches or with one of those lighters that you use on a barbecue grill or something. And then just take the end of it and push it right through. And you're just melting a new hole right through it. Okay, so that's another way of making a hole. Or another option for you is while these are still wet, before they solidify, you can always just take these and put them in, whether it's just the wick or the wicks on the stands, then pour the wax in, and that way you don't have to drill any holes at all. So the way we do it now, I poured a little wax in the bottom, and then I put this in, push it down a little bit, and whoops, get it nice and as level as possible, and then whoops, just top it off. I'm getting wax everywhere, but again, we'll just clean off the wax afterwards. Same thing here. So we poured a little wax in the bottom, and again, we put this one back in there, and then just fill in the tops. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a few of them at once, creating a little bit less spillage. And then it's just a matter of topping them off. Here we go. You want to be careful not to go over the top, because then when you go ahead and start using them, you're probably going to have overflowage.
Overflowage?
Yeah, it's going to overflow over the new word I made up. It's going to overflow over the muffin tin. Once you've filled up the top, which is step number 5, just straighten out all the wicks and let them cool off. And it's just a matter of trimming down the wicks afterwards. So all we have to do now is let these cool off, and we'll come back and show you what they look like. Okay, so they're completely finished. Got them all done. I trimmed them. They look beautiful. Here's one of them, remember, that had the metal on the bottom of the wicks. And you can see how that filled it right in. And I trimmed the tops. Then to light them, go ahead and I'm melting them all back over again, right? There we go. Look how beautiful that looks. So the 3-wick muffin tin candles. These will burn for quite a while, and they're even warm enough to heat you up and to cook on. Ooh, they are pretty warm. So I'd like to thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and take a look at our Patreon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now. Oh, I didn't make a wish.
Oh.